Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your one channel for everything VR related. Today we're checking out the bHaptics x40 Tactsuit. Now, I already have two major issues with this thing. One, I have nowhere cool to store it. And two, now that I've tried it, I want all the other adapters. Joking aside, I will be breaking down this video into a bunch of separate topics. Everything from what does it feel like to wear, what games does it support, and should you consider buying it. There will be links in the description to all those topics with timestamps, so if you want to jump around, go check them out. First off, just a quick description of the bHaptics x40 Tactsuit, just in case you have no idea what we're talking about. The x40 Tactsuit is a haptic feedback vest with 40 motors, designed to up your overall gameplay immersion by producing location-based sensations. Not only will you feel where you were hit, but you'll notice a big difference between a shot, a stab, or an explosion. It works with PC VR, the Oculus Quest. It has a 3.5mm jack that can be used for audio-based haptics, so just plug in your phone and immediately start enjoying the bass from your favorite music. The vest is less than 4 pounds, the battery life can last up to 18 hours, and it's one size fits all, which I really put to the test and I'll show you later in this video. Okay, so now that you know what it is, let's start breaking it down. We're going to start off with the overall convenience and comfort of this vest. There's already a large barrier of entry when it comes to VR, and no one's looking for VR with extra steps. Well, I'm very happy to say that this is the easiest device to use I have ever tried, and I have tried just about every single VR accessory. We're talking about an array of different gun stocks, the cyber shoes, the Your VR motion chair. I've tried all of these and nothing is as easy to get in and start enjoying as the bHaptics Tactsuit. For PC VR, all you need to do is install the USB Bluetooth adapter, download the bHaptics software, and start playing natively supported games. For the Oculus Quest, it's even easier. You just go into the settings of your natively supported games, connect to the vest, and you're done. It's that simple. From a comfort standpoint, I can wear this vest all day. I actually find a regular sweatshirt more restrictive when it comes to playing VR games because it'll hold in a lot more heat, but the bHaptics vest is all open on the sides, allowing you to breathe, and it's not very restrictive at all. The bHaptics website lists the available sizes from 25 to 50 inches. I don't know if they're referring to chest or waist, but either way, that's everything from a woman's dress size 2 up to John Cena. So I think this is gonna fit you guys. But I'm sure you guys are much more interested in what does it actually feel like to wear this in game. Now this was actually my first mild disappointment. I was hoping for something a lot more concussive, a smacking or a hitting sensation, but this gives off a vibrational type of sensation, everything from a light tingle all the way up to a heavy rumble. So it's not going to reproduce gunshots the way you might expect, but it is definitely a cool sensation. So what really helps sell the sensations is the location-based vibrational patterns. You will feel a sword slice in the direction in which it hit you. You'll feel recoil when you fire a gun placed right in your shoulder. And there's even more exotic sensations like being healed in game or being scanned, which actually feels really, really cool. The overall accuracy, intensity, and immersion that this vest produces varies greatly game to game, but overall I thought it was a good experience no matter what game I tried it with. As of making this video, the bHaptics Tactsuit has native support for 35 PC VR titles and 16 Oculus Quest titles. There's also 13 additional mods that you can download and install for other titles. These mods are all fairly simple to install, and the bHaptics software includes links to download them and video tutorials on how to install them. Usually within 5 minutes or less, you'll have your game modded and you can just jump in and start enjoying it. The quality of mods does vary, but overall I've enjoyed every single one I tried. First on the list is games that actually feel more real when played with the bHaptics suit, and this is usually sci-fi shooters. Great examples were Hyper Dash and Grapple Tournament, where the weapons are all sci-fi futuristic in nature, they're laser beams, and not concussive bullet shots. So it just vibes a lot better with the game, and when you're getting healed or scanned or picking up items, it almost feels real. Those were some of the best experiences I had with this vest. Now, I also had increased hit position awareness when playing these games. Hyperdash and Grapple Tournament were a bit too hectic to notice, but when I was playing games like Pavlov and Onward, if I got shot in the back, I knew it immediately, and in some cases, I was able to spin around and kill the enemy before they killed me. So that's a huge advantage in some multiplayer games. Now, it also felt like an advantage when I was playing Synth Riders because you're getting this constant feedback of how well you're performing, and at the same time, you're more immersed in the song. You're really feeling the bass or the, overall tone of what's going on in the game. So that's another great experience. A lot of games also like to make you feel your heartbeat when your health is low, which is another useful tool and definitely enhances the immersion. And there's just a whole list of other unique sensations, like playing Blade and Sorcery. When you go into slow motion, you get that heartbeat sensation, but it feels like your whole body is kind of throbbing, not just your heart. And it's really cool to just get in slow motion and feel this womp womp, womp womp. It's a great experience. I think everyone has to try it out. In games that like to startle you, such as Phasmophobia, In Death Unchained, and even an intense firefight in Onward, I found the sudden vibration of the vest to be that much more immersive and that much more shocking. It's one thing to be caught off guard in Phasmophobia and have hands reach around you. It's a whole nother when you start to feel things amongst your body. So it really ups the immersion. Even games that have the most minimal implementation of the bHaptics suit, like Space Flurries, it still adds something. I was kind of giggling playing this game because every time you're chasing around these objects and eating them, and it's like glop, 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 and you just feel womp, womp, womp. It added a little something. I couldn't believe it. And the more I wore this vest and the more games I tried it in, the more I enjoyed it. The bHaptics suit definitely shines in these games that have built-in support. Now, it can technically be used with other unsupported titles. The vest will do audio to haptics, which is okay, but definitely not as good. This is what I would consider extra features. Any audio playing on your computer can be sent to the suit to produce vibrational patterns. It's cool for listening to music, you want to feel the bass, or you could just wear this when you're playing anything. It doesn't even matter if it's VR. It's just the sensations aren't as cool as built-in support, where you're getting hit at the exact location. It's just mimicking the audio that's being produced. Now, if you wanted to use this suit on other devices, such as your cell phone or maybe even a console, there is that 3.5mm jack I mentioned. There's also an included Y splitter, so you can split the audio in two directions. And it will again produce that audio to haptic sensation. It's not like the built-in support, but it's a cool feature. Okay, so let's move on to the most important topic, my overall verdict, and do I recommend you go out and buy this suit? Now, for me, this wasn't a product that initially, right out of the gates, blew me away. But the more I used it over time, the more I appreciated it. And when I stop using it, I notice I'm missing it. I also distinctly noticed that I'm not getting feedback in other parts of my body, so now I really want all the other pieces that bHaptics sells. I want to get the gloves, I want the tactical face mask, and even the feet adapters. So this has been like my haptic sensation gateway drug. I'm really gonna have to go out and try those pieces. I feel like I'm missing something now that I've experienced this and don't have the rest. But this is a $500 vest. So is this right for everyone? Now, if money is no object and you're looking for the best experience, it's an easy recommendation. It's also so easy to recommend because it's just so simple to put it on and start using it. There's no complicated setup like a lot of other VR accessories. Now, if you are a bit more budget-minded, I know $500 is a big ask. So what I would say is look at the supported game list. If you actively play a lot of these games, then maybe you should consider buying it. See if it's in your budget and consider buying it. But I will say that the vest alone is not enough to get you to start replaying games that you've already given up on. It doesn't change the game that much. Yes, it's a cool new way to experience it. Yes, it's a lot more immersive and a lot more feedback, but you're still going to be playing the same game at the end of the day. So just like upping the graphics quality with a new graphics card doesn't turn it into a new game, the bHaptics suit won't do that either. So if you check out that list of 36 games and you're like, wow, I play the majority of these constantly, and you can swing 500 bucks, go for it. I definitely recommend it. So overall, it's a bit harder for me to recommend for Oculus Quest users. There's less games to play. I kind of felt that the implementation on the Quest wasn't as good. Maybe I'm biased here. I did notice that I was less immersed because the Oculus Quest has open ear audio and you hear the suit a lot more. Now I will talk about that later in one of my issues with the vest. I have a few minor issues we'll discuss, but for Oculus Quest gamers, it's just a little bit harder for me to recommend because it's almost double the price of the Quest itself, and there's not many games supported. So maybe down the road, or if money's no object, pick this up. And I wish I had an x40 Tactsuit to compare, so maybe I'd have a budget version to recommend, but I haven't tried that suit. I don't know if the lack of additional motors makes a huge difference. So maybe in the future, I'll have one of those suits and I can give you a comparison. And I do want to pick up the rest of the accessories, the hand sensors, the tactical face mask, and the foot adapters. I want to try them all out and come back, revisit bHaptics, and do another video for you guys because I'm impressed and I want the whole package. So maybe bHaptics will help me out. Oh, what's going on with my eye? Okay, so let's move into some minor issues. I know I had a lot of praise for this device, but nothing in life is perfect, not even me. And I just wanted to point out some of these things because I think bHaptics can easily fix them. When I was playing Synth Riders, especially on my Quest, I noticed, the suit is pretty loud. But one thing that was excessively annoying was these metal snaps would jangle. And clink, 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 clink. And it would be constant, and it was definitely immersion breaking. Now they can fix that by just giving you, rubber snaps to clip on there if you are someone going open shoulder. And the same thing kind of for the zipper here. If they want to coat it in rubber so that when it smacks around, it also doesn't jingle, that would be fantastic. That's like a dollar solution that you can implement into your future suits. Now, bHaptics also did an amazing job with their software. It's very user-friendly, and installing those mods, they, again, did a great job. There's a link right to the mod itself and a link to a video tutorial, but if they could find a way to make it just a little bit easier, a one-click installation. I know the nature of the mods is all over the place. Some require a melon loader and different tools to actually implement them, but if there was just something in there to make it that much easier, I think users would appreciate it, but overall, that's a minor issue. Or the other obvious solution is more native support. So if you are a developer, go out and support this thing. Honestly, it is really cool. It will up the immersion in your game, and I really think you guys should get behind this because this is finally a VR accessory that I'm gonna use all the time and I really like. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below because I answer all of your questions. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I wish you could give it 2. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Okay, everybody, I'll see you on next time.